Welcome back to the channel. Actual Dracula here with another entry for Bearded Comic Bros and Cole's Comic Claims. Bearded and Comic Cole's Bros. Bearded. Welcome back. Bearded and Cole's Comic Cover Challenge. Brought to you by Bearded Comic Bro and Cole's Comic Claims. One has a beard, one has a mustache. That's all you need to know. Alright, so the theme this time is fight covers. So you know the drill. I'm going to be showing off 10 of my favorite covers in my collection that features fighting. Features characters fighting with each other, fighting themselves. Who knows? We'll see what I got here. Let's get right into it. Alright, starting off with number 10. Got this beauty cover here for Annihilation Scourge Nova. And this is by EDUARD Petrovich. Or Petrovich. I'm going to go with Petrovich. And so this is an awesome cover that features Nova fighting Annihilus. Annihilus, I think, is one of the coolest designed villains ever. Nova's very cool as well, and this is just an excellent action shot of them mid-battle out there in space, I guess. And yeah, what else can I say about this thing? This is an awesome fight cover. At number 9, I've got some FF Fantastic Four. Has some incredible fight covers, including this one right here. This is issue 320, which features one of the classic Marvel matchups. The Thing versus the Hulk. These two huge brutes going at it here. We've also got Dr. Doom spectating. Seems to be enjoying the fight quite a bit. And you know that's going to be a good one. I love this cover. It's got a real Silver Age classic FF vibe provided by FRENZ and SINNOTT. The Hulk, one of the biggest, baddest in the Marvel Universe. Few are his equal in size and strength, but one that certainly comes close is got to be the Thing. So gotta have a Thing and Hulk fight cover for my fight covers because they're fighting. Next up, we got some Tomb of Dracula. Tomb of Dracula issue 51, which features a fight cover by the Tomb team of Gene Colan and Tom Palmer, with our boy Drac and the vampire hunter known as Blade. They both got stakes. It's vamp on vamp, stake on stake action. And yeah, I think we all know who's going to win that one. And if you read the issue, you'll find out who does win. And spoiler alert, it's Dracula. That's right, because another spoiler alert, that is not actually Blade. This is a Blade doppelganger. That's right. It's just a guy that looks like Blade. I believe he is actually a vampire, but you know, not the real Blade. So despite this not being the real Blade, it's still a very cool fight cover. And another spoiler alert, this fake Blade dude here does get his comeuppance as you know, a vampire having the audacity to attack the Lord of all vampires. Yeah, Drac isn't having that, and he does, in fact, impale him with that very wooden stake there. Real Blade, fake Blade, doesn't matter. You mess with the best, die like the rest. And yes, that is a quote from the movie Hackers, but it absolutely applies here. When you mess with the Lord of the Vampires, you must obey him or you must be destroyed. So don't mess with our boy Dracula. Coming in at number 7, I've got another classic Marvel matchup. I'm talking about Wolverine and Sabretooth. Uncanny X-Men 213. And this is one of my all-time favorite Wolvie vs. Sabretooth covers by Alan Davis. It's a fantastic close-up shot. Feels like you're really there in the middle of the battle with them. What else can I say? It's Wolverine, Sabretooth. They both got the fight in them, and they love to fight with each other. Sabretooth is much bigger, but Wolverine is just a straight-up savage. They both have claws, but Wolverine's are longer. They pretty much balance each other out. You know, they're equals. I think that's why they've been fighting for so long. Sometimes one bests the other. Sometimes Wolverine wins. Sometimes Sabretooth wins. It just goes back and forth. They've been doing that a long time, and I imagine will continue to do so long into the future, and I hope so, because they are two of my favorite Marvel characters. Love to see a good fight between them. My next cover also features Sabretooth, but he's fighting with a character most people would not usually associate with Sabretooth, and that is Spider-Man. Check this out, guys. Spectacular Spider-Man 116. This is one of my favorite covers from this series, featuring Spidey in the black suit fighting Sabretooth in his classic orange digs. I absolutely love this. Now, we all know Sabretooth can be a bit of a jerk. Perhaps you've seen that episode of X-Men, the animated series, when Sabretooth tracks Wolverine up to this Inuit village way up north, and he, though he has beef with Wolverine, you know, he ends up terrorizing everyone in this whole village. And just ruining everything. What a jerk. Anyhow, his jerk streak continues here with Spider-Man. As we can see, Spider-Man is down to his last costume, and Sabretooth has just ruined it. Look at that. He's ripping it to shreds. That's Spidey's last black costume. He's gonna go have to go back to the blue and red or something. We don't want that just yet. Loving the black costume still. And Sabretooth, jerk that he is, completely ruins it. But great fight cover. Coming in at number 5, I've got a Batman cover, a character with plenty of great fight covers, but the one I've gone with here is a little bit different, because normally Batman likes to take his fight to the streets, but on this cover, he's taking it to the ring. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is fight night on this cover for Batman 372 by Ed Hannigan and Dick Giordano. There we can see Batman in the boxing ring, and it looks like he is down for the count. You've got Death himself, the Grim Reaper, officiating, and look at that, 8, 9, 10, you're out. That's it. I don't know who this dude is here, but it looks like he knocked Batman the hell out, just cleaned his clock. Batman does not take home the belt or the purse tonight, but he's got plenty of those back at the Batcave, I'm sure. So in this issue, the reason that Batman is in a boxing ring to begin with is it has to do with a fixed fight that has been fixed by this former boxer, now criminal mastermind, Dr. Fang, I believe is his name. So that's how Batman ends up, you know, involved in this situation. Now, I don't know much about fixing fights myself, but I can tell you this, is that people perhaps should have been a little suspicious that maybe not everything was entirely on the level when they saw that the Grim Reaper was the ref, that the Grim Reaper Death himself was officiating this fight. That should have, I think, set off some alarms. Alright, so I've shown a cover featuring Wolverine, I've shown a cover featuring Blade, sort of. So how about I bring the two of them together on this fantastic cover for Wolverine versus Blade. This was a one-shot special, which had a bunch of variant covers, which were all fantastic, but this is the A cover by Dave Wilkins, and it is my favorite. I love everything about this cover. The great action shot of Blade and Wolverine fighting, and then the color scheme, you've got Wolverine in his black and gray X-Force uniform there, and then you've got Blade in his you know, movie style black leather trench and red sunglasses, and against that blood red background with the giant moon. That's just a phenomenal cover in general, and definitely one of my favorite fight covers in my collection. Coming in at number 3, one of my all-time favorite fight covers. I'm even wearing the damn shirt, guys. X-Men issue 5 with that phenomenal Jim Lee cover featuring Wolverine versus Omega Red. I don't really need to say anything about that. Still a thing of beauty. Will always be one of my favorite covers. Coming in at number 2, I've got Invaders issue 31. Now, this was basically a whole series of fight covers. This first volume ran 41 issues, and the majority of those featured Cap and Submariner and Human Torch fighting the good fight. And this is definitely one of my favorites in my collection because it is the Invaders fighting Frankenstein. Now, this is not just any regular old Frankenstein's monster. This is Nazi Frank. And you know, Cap versus Nazis is always a good time. Normally, he's given them a good sock, but this time, because it is Frankenstein, he's a big dude, and he is slapping the hell out of Cap there. But it's all good because, look, his hat's fallen off. Alright, and my final cover coming in at number 1. There has been no shortage of Wolverine on this list, and I'm going to end it with some Wolverine. But this time, he is fighting Captain America on this phenomenal Mike Zeck cover. Captain America Annual Issue 8. You guys have probably seen this before. It is just one of the best Mike Zeck covers in my opinion. Exceptional fight cover here by the masterful Mike Zeck. Wolverine versus Cap. Now, as we all know, Wolverine's claws are made of adamantium, or rather bone coated with adamantium, and Cap's shield is made of vibranium. Both nearly indestructible metals. Is one stronger than the other? I'm not entirely sure, but as we can see here, what's happened is Wolverine's claws hitting the shield has created these fireworks, these sparks, because it's an immovable object meeting, an indestructible object meeting an immovable force, kind of a thing, right? Wolvie's claws versus Cap's shield. Get that's what's happening there. So yeah, and look, and then so Wolverine's claws are even on fire still. Very cool. So yeah, I had to go with this for my number 1 pick because it is just such an awesome cover. I love Mike Zeck, and I love my Wolverine, and I love Captain America too, and I love that they're fighting because look what happens. It's such an exciting, extraordinary fight with the fire and the claws and the shield and all that. Fight, 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 fight! There it is, guys, my top 10 fight covers. Thanks for checking this out. Thanks, Bearded Comic Bro and Cole's Comic Claims, for continuing to do this series. I love doing these videos. And thank you for watching. Comment down below what was your favorite of my top 10 fight covers. Let me know if you've done one of these challenges. I like checking out everyone's videos for these. And yeah, that's about it. Hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't. Trying to hit 500 500 subscribers. Let's say, yeah, we'll call it that. 500 subscribers by the end of the year, if possible. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, please. And I beg of you. And, no, I'm not gonna beg, but still, it'd be pretty cool. Anyways, I look forward to the next Bearded and Cole's comic cover challenge. All right, thank you for watching. Keep fighting the good fight, and I'll see you next time.